Hey everybody, meteorologist Danielle here. This is your Insights video on a Thursday, and if you watched yesterday, this update won't come as a surprise to you. The Drought Monitor gets updated every Thursday, and I want to bring it to you zoomed into New England here with the areas in tan, the moderate drought conditions, which have been expanding across New England. Not a surprise because our weather has been so dry. There's now a little pocket from southern Berkshire County into the Litchfield Hills, a little expansion here through western Massachusetts, the Worcester Hills now, and including the city of Boston. This area has been enlarged compared to last week, now includes portions of the South Shore and all the way back to the 495 belt. Little expansion here in southeastern New Hampshire too, and in eastern Maine. Far northern New England, we've had a decent amount of precipitation, so we are still doing okay in terms of a deficit, actually in a surplus in some spots. Now, water vapor shows us where the dry air is coming in and some of the moisture, good tracer in the atmosphere, and we've got this ocean storm that's spinning off to our east. There's the cold front that has come in and now continues to kind of merge with that off to our east. Dry air, these yellows here streaming in behind it. That's the sunshine that's been breaking out. That is the return to the fall crisp air that's moving in and will be with us for the next several days. Not much going on across the country either. Even the showers we had early this morning amounted to nothing or a few hundreds in a few communities as they blew on through. High pressure now building in its wake. The next cold front in the Midwest today will be sliding east through the Great Lakes during the day tomorrow. Here in New England, we are quiet. Up and down the eastern seaboard's fairly quiet, and then a brand new area of high pressure builds into the central plains behind that on Friday. So no huge storm action. There will be a storm coming in off the Pacific Ocean as we head into the start of the weekend into the Pacific Northwest with some clouds, some wind, and some rain in and around the Seattle area. Otherwise, that cold front I talked about through the Great Lakes will slide through tomorrow, and then a big area of high pressure builds in behind that. You notice a theme here? It's these quick moving disturbances that come in and float on by here. So tomorrow features sunshine, a gorgeous fall day up and down the East Coast, including for us here at home. It will be a cooler feel. There'll be a less of a wind in terms of compared to the gusts that we have out there today. Cold front comes in on Saturday, sweeps through, not a ton of moisture with it, just like this one that came through this morning. So maybe a passing shower. That risk is greatest in the mountains. No need to cancel the outdoor plans Saturday. The risk for a shower is even fairly low across central and southern New England. Sunday, quiet day too. Definitely a chillier feel. Some mountain snow showers on Sunday in far northern Vermont, New Hampshire, and northwest Maine during the late morning and afternoon. And then a new area of high pressure builds in for the start of the next week. The air around high pressure blows in a clockwise direction. So it's more out of the north and north-northwest, a cooler wind direction. So it will be a fairly chilly start to next week, below average temperatures. But as that high slides off the coastline, on the back side of it, we get the return flow, and that will bring the warm up we've been talking about with temperatures returning to the 60s and 70s through the middle part of the week. And it looks like right now, Halloween will also be in the 70s during the day, only gradually cooling off. So I mentioned that because of costumes for the kiddos, right? It's not like they need to wear extra layers this year or anything like that. Now, predicted snow in the summits. Again, I mentioned that on Sunday in terms of some scattered snow showers that would develop on Sunday with the cold air in place. We're not thinking a big event here, but there will be a coating to a half an inch, maybe an inch with some elevation in the far north country, right along the border, Jay Peak, Balsams, for example. So coating to an inch or so likely on Sunday afternoon in those spots. Let's take you through the numbers now. Temperature-wise, for our Friday, we're around 60 in southern, eastern New England, 50s to the north. The wind will be fairly light tomorrow, so it actually is going to be a beautiful fall day with mostly sunny skies, some patchy clouds overnight. No need to worry about frost in most areas. There may be a touch of it in far northern New England, but most of us, you notice, will be either side of 40 degrees, even in the suburbs north and west of Boston, inland, city itself back down to the Cape, mid to upper 40s for our Friday night. Saturday, pleasant day. The wind does kick up on Saturday. It's not a damaging wind or anything like that, but it's out of the west, 10 to 20 miles per hour. So you'll notice the breeze, temperatures running 60 to 65, maybe some upper 60s here across southwestern New England. A lot of sunshine on Saturday, some building clouds in the afternoon, 50s to the north. I can't rule out, again, a passing shower in northern New England, but there's not a lot of moisture with this front coming in. So I think that risk is actually fairly low for most of New England. Saturday night, it does get chilly. There'll be some high, thin clouds in southern New England. Temperatures running about 40 in the city, but north and west of Boston, maybe some pockets of frost, especially inland where the wind does let up a little bit. Some 20s with a hard freeze across much of far western and northern New England. Now, Sunday will be the cooler of the 2 weekend days. A lot of sunshine, but temperatures, you notice, don't climb out of the low to mid 50s. So actually a slightly below average day in terms of what it should typically be here for the end of October. We don't get out of the 40s in far northern New England. That's why I mentioned in some of the summits, we'll be in the 30s with those scattered snow showers. So Pats and Jets, no big change to the forecast. The wind will be a little bit gusty, 10 to 20 miles per hour occasionally. It's going to feel like the 40s, even though we do climb into the 50s. So sweatshirt, the fall jacket, that's what you want to dress for. Sunshine and a few clouds may come into the mix as we head in towards the end of the game. Now, Sunday night, we talked about this yesterday, it gets cold. Coldest air of the season thus far for many areas, including for the city of Boston, where we are likely to dip below 40 for the first time so far this season. 20s inland. So for some areas, we're skipping right over the frost and we're going to a hard freeze where we haven't had it yet. Widespread 20s in northern, central, interior, southern New England, even below freezing when you get back down into portions of Connecticut near the Hartford stretch. And we don't rebound a whole lot on Monday. We're going to be around 50 degrees and 40s to the north, a lot of sunshine, northwest breeze, about 5 to 15 miles per hour. So that's how things are looking for now. Of course, you can see all our weather information on the app, the 14-day, as well with that warm up on the way for the middle part of next week. It's free, App Store, Google Play, onedegreeoutside.com. And we'll see you with the viewer photo segment. Your pictures have been amazing that have come over the last week. Matt and I will be with you with that later on.